Hello there, my friends. Dan Deegan here. Today, I want to talk to you about projections. Every year, we as salespeople, we go through these processes, if you will, these really great exercises called projections. But I don't think a lot of us give our projections the effort, the energy, and really the critical thinking that it deserves. So think about it like this. When it comes to projections are very important for us, right? Because we want to be able to strive forward. We want to create projections that are not just for most of us, that are outside of our reach, outside of what we're comfortable with. So it could stretch us as salespeople. Not to mention, projections are essential for companies. They're essential because they use borrowing based on projections. It goes into every aspect of the company. If they're looking to sell, if they're looking to bring in partners, whatever the case may be, projections just take up so much of the company. The company wants to know where it's going. You want to know where it's going, right? So projections are critical. I can tell you for most of my life in sales, I thought it was friggin' useless. Because I'm sitting there going, you want me to tell you that I'm going to go up this much a month, this much a month, this much a month. And then if I don't, it doesn't happen for whatever reason, for whatever excuse comes in, you're going to be coming down on me. Yes. In essence, that's the answer. Yes. But not only that, I started to turn it around and really started looking at it, as a salesperson and a dedicated salesperson, someone who's striving to be the best I could be. Would I not want to beat what I did last year? Would I not want to excel and grow and generate an awesome new business? Of course I would. Would I not want to land more customers, make more money, have more personal freedom? Of course I would. That's our drive, right? Everything we do is for, in the end results, for personal freedom. To be able to go on those vacations we want to go on, to maybe, for some of you it might be get that car you've always wanted. For some of you it might be get your business to a level where you can take more time off to be with family, friends, and loved ones. For some of you it's to create a business that, maybe you've got somebody that's ill and you're going to need 3, 4, 5 months off to sustain that financial stability in your household while you're taking care of that loved one. All of us have different reasons for wanting to grow, develop, and build and really create that life we dream of, right? Majority of people, it's money, right? Zig Ziglar once said, great mentor of mine, once said, money's not important, but it's just as important as air. And I believe that. I believe that we as individuals, we want that freedom, right? We want to be able to travel and explore and show our children new and exciting and energetic things that we've never seen before. That all comes with money. And projections are a really big point. Projections in essence are, what's your goals next year? It's just a phrase that we're using. It's like brand versus reputation. It's just a phrase. It's the same thing. So as we now are into the end of October, going into November and December, we've got 2 months left of the year. Right? So every company now is saying projections. We want to know where we're going to be at the end of 2020. It's very important. So today what I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about some key aspects, some critical thinking points for you, some real big needle movers when it comes to projections, okay? So the number one thing that we're going to start with, that in order to create any kind of proper projections, in order to create that drive, in order to build your business and scale your business, you have to have the drive to get it done. Okay, so before we even get into how do we create accurate projections that are not going to overwhelm us and feel like the world's caving in on us after Q1, we have to understand, we have to have that drive. So we have to have, in essence, that desire to achieve the goal we set, right? So if we don't have that desire, that drive, that turns that desire, that helps us accomplish that goal, we'll never get there. It's simple math, right? DDAG, it's simple math. So in order to create any kind of projections, we first have to say to ourselves, do I really have that drive? right? Some of you as salespeople might actually be very happy where you are. And that might be why these projections coming out, you're like, I really got to work, or whatever that case may be. I've been in many companies. I've seen and trained and helped many, many companies. And there's always, excuse the languaging, but there's the donkeys and there's the Clydesdales. And that's calling a spade a spade. There's donkeys in your company that are just cruising through, and there's no drive to excel, to grow, to generate, to do more. Do you know, as a salesperson in your company hired you to continually get better, not stay the same? That's in essence what they hired you for. So if a company hires 2 salespeople and those salespeople cap out at $100,000 a year, is that company supposed to get more salespeople and to grow? Or do you not think it's a responsibility of the salespeople to grow for that company, to help that company grow? I think when you sign on to a company, you sign on to their mission statement. If their mission statement is to help 1 million customers, you have to help them attain that goal. If the goal of the company is to be $1 billion company, you have to be part of that goal attainment. Or else you're just using real estate that can be used by somebody else that's going to do better. However, the unfortunate thing is, most companies, and for all you sales managers out there, you're probably going to giggle at this point, most companies will take the donkeys because they fill a seat and they're making somewhat of a profit. But in the end, it's the aggressors, the people with drive, not the aggression aggressors, but the aggressors, the people that have that drive. They have that massive desire to achieve the goals that they set out for themselves, and they continually raise the bar. And as they raise the bar, they raise everything about them higher and higher and higher. That's what we need to really, really, really understand when it comes to projections. The second piece that we need to understand is that where we are now is not where we're going to be. So we need to bring something different in our lives. Okay, I'm going to put bring different, that way I'm not writing the whole time for this video. So bring something different in our lives, okay? So that is a new desire, right? If you do not have a desire to grow, maybe we need to look at really bringing in what's going to create that new desire in you to sell more, right? The second that we got to look at is maybe it's an education piece. Right? Third is maybe we really, when it comes to bringing something different in to really invigorate and grow and really like strategically and really critically build that drive, that ambition, that desire, that energy that goes with growing and producing the results, achieving the goals, and maybe that would be, I'm going to call it, what would I call it? I'm going to call it, I don't want to call it specific, and I wish I could talk to you here because you're probably going to throw out a word, but maybe strategic. And when I say strategic, what I'm looking at is, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to focus and become an expert in, say, trade shows. Right? Trade shows really turn me on. I mean, I love the organizational fact. I love the fact that I can get my hands dirty here and strategically align that and align that and align that. And in the end, we all sit back and the customer comes back and says, because, we all don't get the credit we really want when the job goes great. We all get the crap when the job goes bad, right? But maybe that strategic alignment and that placement, that putting this person here and that person there and this person here and then doing this and doing that and coming around the corner, and then the customer says, wow, you did such an amazing job on this trade show. You are awesome. Maybe that's the kudos you need as a salesperson, and that's fine. So maybe bringing that differentiating factor into your life is creating a different desire to sell. Maybe it's bringing education to yourself, to the market, so you can have a better conversation. Or maybe part of, if you have a lack of drive, is the fact that maybe you're uneducated, and when conversations start happening, maybe you just can't keep up. So maybe education's that piece. And then maybe there's more of a strategic alignment, more of an expert positioning for a trade show. So with those two aspects that we're talking about, let's get into projections. Because projections are going to be critical when it comes to the next phase of the growth of your business, right? So when we talk about projections, I want to, first of all, call a spade with yourself. So you need to understand where you are right now before we can even drive any projections for the next year. So, and what I mean by that is, let's say, hypothetically, your desire is to grow 40,000 in GP, in gross profit, in 2020, right? That's your goal right now. And let's say that's your, so we'll put G here for goal, right? And let's say with that goal understanding, your present situation where you sit right now is you're on target to do 200 in GP, right? So in essence, what you're looking to go up 20%, okay? So with that 20%, right? So if you take that 40,000 and you divide that out over, say, 12 months, you're going to be, what, 3,300, 33, it's probably one of those 33. So over 12 months, call it 3,300 per month, right? Now, 3,300 per month over 12 months, continuous growth, it's doable. It's very doable. You got to think, that's less than $1,000 a week. Right? So sometimes you get some really good kind of product, that's 2-3 loads a week. Get some other kind of mid-range product, that's 4 to 5 loads a week. Get some bad product, that's 6 to 7 loads a week. So in every aspect, it's doable. If you're selling rates, you can sell rates to the point where maybe you sell an extra, 16 loads a week at a cheaper price, $100 a load, there's your $1,600, you're doubling that in no time, right? But that's neither here nor there. Where I'm going with this is, let's say right now, as it stands, you're at this point and you have 0 people in your funnel. 0 people that you've sold to because you're coasting. You're cruising on through the year because you know what? You're doing well, you're comfortable, you're not really, you've gotten really in good with clients, people like you, you don't really want to hear no, you don't really want to be told you're an arsehole or stop calling me or get that hurt, that pressure, that sting that comes from sales, right? Did I hit the nail on the head? Probably did. So, if you're at 0, what makes you think that you'll drop $3,300 in January? You haven't made a single sales call in Lord knows how long. You have no customers warmed up. You have nobody in the funnel. So you're literally going to market to literally start creating that relationship. Now, I look at that part of it and I say impossible. It's impossible. How are you going to create the relationships, develop and nurture in 30 days? If you do, it's on numbers. It's solely on rates. And that means that you might hit it 1 month, you'll drop drastically next month because the person that you stole the business from is now going to realize that you have the business. They're going to go back with cheaper rates and get the business. And it's a cyclical cycle that only drives our industry into the ground. And if that's you, you're driving our industry into the ground. Okay? So I had to say it. What? No, it's okay. Right? Call a spade, right, guys? Girls, that's what it is. If you're selling rates, you're part of driving this industry into the ground. So, congratulations. So, why would you think that you can do $3,300 in January and then $3,300 in February and then $3,300? You might, if you have that desire. And that desire turns into dedication to selling. Then you might hit $3,300 in March because you've had a little bit of time to develop. Now that $3,300 in March is going to carry over for sure because if you develop that relationship lasts as opposed to just rates. So why would you not take your 40 grand and say, instead of going over 12 months, I'm going to drop it down to 10. And I'm going to look at selling over 10 months at $4,000 a month. Or even better, I'm going to go in at 9 months, and what would that be, like 4,400, something like that? a month. So I'm actually, is this in frame here? Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to look and I'm going to suggest to you, as much as your managers and everybody else might say, no, you need to have some sort of progression in Q1. I'm going to say no. I would much rather you go for 9 months and start landing $4,400 a month for 9 months straight to hit your 40 grand than $3,300 a month. And at the end of Q1, you're $9,000, $9,500 in the hole. 8 grand behind. Because what's going to happen with mainly this one, possibly this one, is that you're going to get overwhelmed come beginning of March, maybe middle of March. Give yourself that 2 months to really see that you're not hitting your goals. Or this is just going to drop. And you're going to be like, screw it, it's not worth it, I can't make it happen. Right? Those are the two kind of ends. It's, oh my God, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How am I going to prepare for this? I don't understand. Or it's, I don't care. So in the end, I suggest you look at something like this and you make an uncompromising, a firm, unshattering choice. You make the choice that the next 12 months, you're going to be so productive that at the end of it, you're going to see huge results, huge rewards. Because here's the thing, when we dedicate ourselves and we make an unwavering choice to do something, things change. Things start switching in our favor. It's when we're lackadaisy and we're kind of iffy, wishy-washy, and I don't know if I'm going to do this, I don't know if I'm going to do that, and I'll give it a shot, and I'll try, where things just don't pan out. Trust me, they don't pan out. So I suggest this. Now, in the blog, there's also a lot more. We go a lot more in-depth because I didn't want this to be a 45-minute video. So there's a lot of writing. There's a lot of key strategic kind of thinking matters. There's some strategic thinking for you to go through. There's really some education pieces for you to go through. It links back to a bunch of different blogs I did on scheduling, on Teflon client profiles, on really understanding that joy and energy, excitement, that's what we work for, right? We work for that fun. We work for that joy, that energy, that excitement. We don't work to be stressed. We don't work for anxiety. We work for the betterment of ourselves, the betterment of our lives. And you who are watching this, who are in transportation logistics, you're in one of the most lucrative businesses, industries in the world. Take advantage of it. Start loving that. Start loving what you do, why you do it, how you do it. Believe in yourself. Believe in your company. Believe in your team. Believe in everything that you need to take your business to the next level because it's possible you can do it. Until next time, my friends, remember, go out there, make every call a learning experience and crush your sales. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. Show me that some of the techniques, strategies, and ideas that I've given you have helped you crush your sales because they've helped hundreds of other people do it. Why not you? Just implement it. Make that irrevocable decision that this year is going to be the best year of life, regardless of what people say, how the market's going in a soft market, and capacity and companies going to business. Make that decision to make it the best year of your life, and things will change as long as it's an irrevocable decision. Make the choice for high performance. Take care, my friends. We'll see you in the next episode.